Marcus had built his empire the hard way. 30 years of 4 a.m. mornings and deals that most people were too afraid to take. He was also the most impossible man in the city to reach. His assistant had a waiting list. His email bounced auto-replies. His phone number didn't exist publicly. So when Diane, a 28-year-old with $400 in her checking account, told her mentor she wanted to meet him, her mentor didn't laugh. He slid a cocktail napkin across the table and said, "Write down what Marcus wants most in the world." "That napkin is worth more than your resume." Diane stared at him. "How would I know what he wants?" Her mentor leaned back. "You've been studying him for 2 years. His companies, his interviews, his failures. What does every profile say he regrets?" She thought for a moment. Then she picked up a pen. She wrote one sentence. 3 days later, Diane showed up at the restaurant where Marcus ate lunch every Tuesday. Alone, always at the corner table, always with a newspaper. She didn't approach him with a pitch deck. She didn't ask for a meeting. She simply placed the folded napkin on the edge of his table as she walked past, said, "Someone asked me to give you this," and kept walking to her own seat across the room. Marcus unfolded it. He read it once, then again, then he looked up, scanning the room. His eyes found her. He walked over. "Who told you about Vienna?" he asked. "Nobody," she said. "I read between the lines." Vienna was the deal Marcus had walked away from in 1999. The one that became a $2 billion acquisition 2 years later. Every profile glossed over it. But Diane had read the footnotes, a single line in a profile from a trade magazine that mentioned he'd been close. She'd done the math on the timing. She'd taken a calculated guess and written it on a napkin. "You could have been completely wrong," Marcus said, pulling out the chair across from her. "I was prepared to be," she said. "But I figured a man like you would at least respect the research." He sat down. What was supposed to be a 30-second awkward moment became a 2-hour lunch. Marcus wasn't just interested in what she knew. He was fascinated by how she thought. Before the check arrived, he asked her what she actually wanted. She told him she'd identified a small logistics company in the Southwest. Undervalued, overlooked, with one operational bottleneck that, if fixed, would triple its margins. She didn't have the capital to acquire it. She needed a partner. Marcus was quiet for a long moment. "You didn't come here to impress me," he said slowly. "You came here with a deal." "I came here with a problem that fits your portfolio perfectly," she said. The napkin was just the door. He looked at her the way he looked at term sheets, carefully, searching for the flaw. There wasn't one. 6 months later, the acquisition closed. Diane's stake, negotiated that afternoon over cold coffee, was worth $240,000 on paper. By year 2, it had grown to just over $1 million. Her mentor called when he heard the news. "So what did the napkin actually say?" Diane smiled. "It said the Vienna deal wasn't a mistake. It was early. You've been waiting to finish it ever since." Her mentor was quiet. "And you didn't know if that was true." "I knew it was true enough," she said. "The wealthy don't wait for certainty. They make precise bets on human nature." Marcus didn't build an empire by being logical. He built it by being early. All I did was remind him of who he was. The mentor let the silence sit for a moment. "Most people walk into a room trying to show what they can do," he finally said. "You walked in and showed Marcus what he could have been. That's not flattery, that's leverage. The rarest currency in the world isn't money. It's making someone feel understood. People will hand you their empire just to feel that once." Diane thought about that for a long time. She still has the napkin. It's framed in her office now behind glass. Not because it's sentimental, but because every time she brings in a new hire who's hungry and broke and certain the world is built for people with money, she points to it and says the same thing. "You don't need capital to make a deal. You need to know something the other person has forgotten about themselves." And then she asked them, "So, what do you know?" If this story made you think differently about how rooms are entered, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Wealth Without Illusions channel. Like and subscribe, and let's keep peeling back the illusion. Tell me in the comments, what's one thing you know about your industry that you've been undervaluing?